Hi, and welcome back to KSBD Sports Extra. I'm Zach Fox. It's now time for our End Zone Team of the Week. And for Week 3 of the high school football season, we go to the Plainview Bulldogs, making their Team of the Week debut, and well-deserving as they took down Wichita Falls 27-10 to improve to 3-0 on the season. Next, speak with head coach Jonathan Haddock. Alrighty, Coach, 3-0 for the first time, and not only in your coaching era, but for the first time since 2006 for these Plainview Bulldogs. Take me through what a magnificent start it has been for you guys, and you even mentioned towards the tail end of last year with how last year finished that you're more excited for the offseason and excited for this new year because they proved so much for you last year.
Yeah, we came off into this year, made a lot of strides last year. Got a really good group of seniors and guys that went out and had a great offseason and have come out here and just proven and taken back what they believe is theirs. So we're really excited for the season and how we've started and where we're going.
Speaking of those returners, you mentioned you had 8 offensive guys, 6 defensive guys, and 5 of those for offense being on your offensive line. Talk about just how big and crucial that is for a team to do very well this year, but knowing that you have all of that experience on both sides of the ball.
Well, yes. I mean, obviously, when you have 5 offensive linemen, that's huge. 5 senior offensive linemen, they've all had lots of experience, all been starters. We believe it starts in the trenches. We've also got 2 defensive linemen of our 3 that are back as well. So 7 of our 8 linemen are returners, and I think that's a big reason why you're seeing what we're doing.
Coach, at the beginning of the season, we interviewed you, and you had 2 goals in mind. One of them was just winning game 1, trying to get that for the first time in quite some time for Plainview. You guys do that in dominating fashion, and your second goal was just to make the playoffs. Right now, when you envision a perfect team, or at least a playoff-bound team, the team that you envision these guys to be, how far along are they to that goal of yours? And also on the flip side of things, what's something that you guys seem that you really need to clean up, knowing that district play is not too far from around the corner?
Well, we're trying to get better every single week. Every week just get a little bit better. Every single day just get a little bit better. I think we're on a really good start right now. You're seeing us do things week in and week out that proves that we are doing that, but we can't stay the same. We've got to continue to move forward. I think we've got to clean up some stuff in the red zone, especially offensively, defensively, continue to make turnovers. So, and we did that last week on both sides. So it's getting closer, but it's a long season, and we got 7 more games to get there.
Coach, you spoke of that defense and forcing turnovers. They did so last week on the road. It's very crucial to do. So far, throughout 3 games, your defense allowing a grand total of 35 points. That's 1 game for most teams. You guys allowing that in 3 games. That is crazy stat. Take me through the defense, just how good they have to start off this season.
Well, a lot of guys returning, and of course, doing defensive coordinator Drew Cunningham coming in here and just bringing an intensity with our staff and his staff defensively. Just what they're doing with our guys right now is just really impressive. So can't say enough about those guys. But it's simple enough to where guys can just fly around and make plays, and that's what they're doing. You're seeing guys like Zach Solis and Ryder Walter and Justice DeLeon. They're just flying around and making plays. So we've got a lot of guys over there on defense just being able to play simple football.
35 points total throughout 3 games allowed. Meanwhile, your offense putting up 35 a game. That's what you guys averaged so far. An explosive offense. Is this exactly how you envision these guys to be?
Well, I don't think we ever envision exactly what they're going to be like. There's always ups and downs and all those kind of things. But being able to be balanced has been huge for us this year. Being able to run the football and throw the football at a very balanced rate has been very impressive. And again, that goes back to those offensive linemen. So excited to see where we're going to go from here.
Alrighty, Coach, coming up next, you got Dumas, thankfully back home, so that's a good thing for you guys. But talk about being able to face Dumas here as you continue non-district play, and then you got a big rivalry game in the next week after that with Hereford.
Well, every game is big, so we're just focused right now on Dumas, and it is homecoming, so there's all the distractions that come with that. But Dumas is a very good football team, tough football team. But we believe that this year we've made strides to be able to compete. So we're looking forward to it on Friday night.
Alrighty, best luck this week. Let's go and hear from some of those players. Alrighty, Ryder, one of 25 seniors on this team this year, and being able to start off the way you guys have it, literally a historic start for these Plainview team. How big is that for you, being as a senior? You always want to end very high on your senior year, and you guys come out dominating.
Yes, sir. It's huge just comparing like this year to like the past years. The energy with this team is just way different.
Doing so, 2 of those 3 games being on the road, and now you get to return home, taking on Dumas. I guess, what do you expect to transpire from those first 3 weeks into week 4 with Dumas?
Yeah, well, these past weeks, I mean, we've been on a roll. We've been doing really good, so I feel like you know, this just gets us more juice for the next week, and I feel like we're going to do really good.
Alrighty, Damian, also another senior on this team, and a strong start, I guess, for you. And seeing how strong this offense is, you heard the stat earlier, 35 points a game within the first 3 games. I guess heading through the offseason, was there like inklings of that when you're doing reps with this offense? Like, wow, this can be a very explosive year for us.
Yeah, every day just felt a little bit different, and going into the season, it felt really good.
For sure, and talking about that defense, forcing 4 turnovers last week, getting the ball back into the hands of the offense. Because how big is that for the offensive side of things? Don't you got a pretty stifling defense right there to get you guys the ball back?
No, it feels good, especially when we're down. Like a little last week, we were a little bit down, and they keep bringing us up and giving us another chance to score again.
Alrighty, heading in here to senior year, always want to end off strong, and you guys doing that with such a strong start. I guess how big is this fuel to the fire for the rest of the season?
It feels pretty good. We're coming in 3-0 against Dumas, and we're just firing off all cylinders.
And taking that, but you know, you've been through the ups and downs of this team as well. When it comes to like wagering that success and not getting too, you know, we're into it, you know, we're 3-0, we're on top of the world, it feels great, but knowing that you got to go into each week at a 1-0 mindset.
Yeah, it's very easy to, you know, like just put it off, because now we're 3-0. We haven't done this at all in a while, since 2006. So it's very easy to go into Dumas being like, we're 3-0, but we just got to keep our mind going.
And finally, talk about this Plainview community. A lot of them came to see you guys today for the first ever team of the week, but you know, they're with you guys through thick and thin throughout the entirety of the season as well. Just talking about that community rallying around this group.
I mean, it feels good. I mean, we've had some people in the past, but nothing like this before. It feels really good.
And there they are, the Plainview Bulldogs, the End Zone Team of the Week. They'll battle Dumas on Friday. More KCBD Sports Extra coming up next.